Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Discussion zoology test. Question number 1. The respiratory surface in human lungs is specialized for rapid gaseous exchange because it has thin walls, large surface area, rich blood supply. Which structure serves as the respiratory surface? Bronchi, trachea, alveoli, larynx. So correct answer is alveoli. C option. Question number 2. During inhalation, air enters through a structure that filter dust particle, moisten air and warm it before reaching deeper respiratory passages. This structure is pharynx, nose, larynx, bronchi. So nose is the correct answer, option B. Question number 3. The sticky secretion present in the nasal cavity trap dust and microorganisms to prevent them from entering lungs. This secretion is called plasma, sweat, saliva and mucus. The correct answer is mucus. Mucus trap dust particle and microbes. And the option is C. Question number 4. The respiratory passage that serves both digestive and respiratory system by acting as a common passage is pharynx. Pharynx plays dual role. It is part of the respiratory tract as well as part of the digestive tract. So correct option is pharynx, option C. Question number 5. The organ containing vocal cords and responsible for voice production as well as passage for air. The correct option is larynx. Larynx play dual role as passage for air and sound production. So option B is correct. Question number 6. The trachea remains open during breathing because its wall contain, option C, incomplete cartilaginous rings. So the main function of the cartilage is to prevent collapse of the air passages. So incomplete cartilaginous rings prevent trachea from collapse. Option C is correct. Question number 7. The right bronchus is clinically more prone or susceptible to foreign body entry because it is shorter and wider as compared to left one. ठीक, shorter, wider and more vertical, so more likely to infect it. Option B is correct. Question number 8. Which respiratory structure is the first airway branch lacking cartilage? So which airways having no cartilage? They are the only branches, bronchioles. Bronchioles have no cartilage. Option C is correct. Question number 9. Gaseous exchange between air and blood occur mainly by which process? So diffusion is the only process of gaseous exchange. Option C is correct. Question number 10. The wall of alveoli are highly efficient for diffusion because they are lined by squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium composed of flat cell which form thin layer. So option B is correct. Squamous epithelium. The membrane surrounding lungs reduces friction during breathing and prevent collapse. It is called pleura. Pleura facilitate kyling and rekyling of the lungs in the chest cavity. So option B is correct. Pleura. Question number 12. During inspiration, contraction of diaphragm causes it to become dome-shaped, curved upward, relaxed and flat. Flat. Option B is correct. During inhalation, the diaphragm, when contracted, it becomes lowered and flat. So option B is correct. Question number 13. Normal inspiration in human is considered active because it required muscle contraction. Option A is correct. Inhalation is an active process because it involves the contraction of intercostal muscle and diaphragm, and both are respiratory muscles. Question 14. Normal expiration in human is generally passive because it mainly occurs due to elastic recoil of lungs. Option B is correct. Expiratory center is only involved in forceful exhalation. Question number 15. The average volume of air inhaled and exhaled during quiet breathing is called tidal volume, which is equal to 500 ml. Option B is correct. Question number 16. The part of brain responsible for involuntary control of breathing, medulla. Option B. Breathing is an involuntary process and controlled by medulla oblongata. Question number 17. In lungs, oxygen diffuses from alveoli into blood because oxygen concentration is higher in alveoli. Option A is correct. So gaseous exchange only occur by diffusion, and diffusion is the movement of molecule from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. So option A is correct. Question number 18. Carbon dioxide is transported from tissue to lungs and finally diffuses into alveoli to be excreted. Last action is excretion. So option B is correct. Question number 19. Long-term smoking destroys alveolar walls and reduces respiratory efficiency. This condition is known as emphysema. Emphysema is characterized by rupture of or disintegration of alveolar walls, and the only cause of emphysema is smoking. So option C is correct. Question number 20. Smoking increasing Risk of which serious respiratory disease due to carcinogen present in the cigarette smoke? This is lung cancer. Carcinogen in the smoke causes uncontrolled mitotic division of the lung cells. So option C is correct. Question number 21. The organs primarily involved in urine formation and regulation of body water balance are kidneys. Kidneys are the main excretory organ and osmoregulatory organs of the body. So option B is correct. Question number 22. The functional unit of kidney responsible for filtration and urine formation is nephron. Nephrons are the functional unit of the kidney and they are responsible for urine formation. Option B is correct. Question number 23. The outer region of the kidney containing renal corpuscle is known as renal cortex. The darker region and narrow region of the kidney or outer region of the kidney is called renal cortex. Option C is correct. Question number 24. The funnel-like structure that collects urine and leads it into ureter is known as renal pelvis. Renal pelvis receive urine from the collecting duct. So option B is correct. Question number 25. Blood filtration in kidneys occur under high pressure in which part of the nephron? Glomerulus. Glomerulus are the site of filtration. Option C is correct. Question number 26. Humans are classified as ureotelic animals because the major nitrogenous waste excreted is urea. Animals, they excrete urea as a major nitrogenous waste are said to be ureotelic. So option B is correct. Question number 27. The process through which the body maintains stable internal temperature despite external changes is called thermoregulation. Thermoregulation is the ability to maintain core body temperature within narrow limits. So option C is correct. During urine formation, water and small solute pass from blood into the Bowman capsule under high pressure. This process is called glomerular filtration. The process by which the pressure forces out substances from the blood and accumulated through the glomerular capillary and accumulated in the cavity of Bowman capsule is called glomerular filtration. Option C is correct. Question number 29. The process in which useful substances like glucose, salts and water return from filtrate to blood is known as reabsorption. Option C is correct. Question number 30. Tubular secretion helps maintain blood composition and transferring substances from the blood into filtrate. In tubular substances, in tubular secretion, the substances are actively transported from the blood into the renal tubule or filtrate. So option B is correct. 31. The main function of kidney is excretion, the removal of nitrogenous waste. Option B is correct. (32) Kidneys help in osmoregulation mainly by controlling water and salt balance, because osmoregulation is the homeostasis of water and electrolytes. So option B is correct. Question number 33. The capillary network specialized for filtration in nephron is glomerulus. Glomerulus is a ball of arterial capillaries and they are found only in the renal corpuscles. Option B is correct. Question number 34. The major function of peritubular capillary is reabsorption. Option B. (35) A hard mass formed due to crystallization of salts in the kidney is called kidney stone. Option C. Kidney stones are hard crystalline mineral that stuck together to form small pebbles known as kidney stones or urinary stones. 36. One major cause of kidney stone is salt crystallization, and the most common kidney stone is made up of calcium oxalate. So option B is correct. Small kidney stones are commonly treated by drinking excess of water. So option C is correct. So इसके अलावा जो है अगर इससे रिमूव न हो जाए तो फिर जो है एस्फेलेक लिथोट्रिप्सी टेक्निक है, फिर वो यूज होता है, उससे रिमूव करते. Severe kidney failure, question number 38, may require artificial purification of blood by dialysis. Dialysis is a temporary treatment of the kidney failure. Option B. (39) Kidney failure can result from diabetes, hypertension and infection. They are the main causes of kidney failure. So fourth option, all of these is correct. D. Maintenance of stable body temperature despite environmental changes is called thermoregulation. Thermoregulation is the ability to control core body temperature nearly constant. So option B is correct. (41) In hot weather, the human body loses heat mainly by sweating. Sweating is the process of thermoregulation. Option B is correct. In cool condition, heat production increases due to which process? Shivering. Shivering is the uncontrolled movement of the voluntary muscle or involuntary control of the voluntary muscles, which increase heat production 5 times more than basal metabolism. So option is shivering. Option C. 43. The most toxic nitrogenous waste is ammonia because ammonia is highly soluble in water and contaminate the whole solution. A small amount contaminate the whole solution. Option C is correct. 44. The major nitrogenous waste in birds and reptile is uric acid because they need to conserve water, so they remove their nitrogenous waste in the form of uric acid crystal. Option B is correct. 45. Aquatic animals commonly excrete ammonia because it is easily diluted in water and they have no problem of water. They have maximum of water. So option C is correct. Freshwater animal mostly face the problem of overhydration. So they have plenty of water to excrete ammonia. The flexible connective tissue present in nose, ears and joint is called cartilage. Option B is correct. (47) The main function of cartilage is reduce friction and joint, facilitate movement of the relative bones. Option B is correct. Question number 48. Bones provide support, protection and also serves as a storage for calcium. Option B. So bone act as a storage of mineral, storehouse of mineral. 49. Which muscle type is involuntary and striated? Cardiac muscles. Option C. Muscle attached to bone and involved in the body movement are skeletal muscle. They are called skeletal because they are associated with bones. So option C is correct. (51) The contractile unit of skeletal muscles are known as sarcomere. Sarcomere is the segment or unit between two Z line, which is the contractile unit of the muscle fiber. So option B is correct. 52. During muscle contraction, the protein filament mainly involves are. There are two types of myofilaments which are responsible for contraction. They are actin and myosin. Option B is correct. 53. A joint that allows free movement such as knee and elbow are said to be synovial joint. Synovial joints allow free rotation, free movement. And synovial fluid act as a lubricant. So option C is correct. 54. Inflammation and pain in joints due to joint disorder is called arthritis. Arthritis is the inflammation of joint. Option B is correct. 55. The bone cell responsible for formation of new matrix are known as osteoblast. There are three types of bone cells: osteoblast, osteoclast, and osteocytes. So osteoblasts are commonly called bone forming cells. Option B is correct. The bone cell involved in the breakdown and resorption of bone are osteoclast. Osteoclasts are commonly called bone dissolving cells. So option C is correct. (57) Whichever bone cell embedded in bone matrix are called osteocytes. Osteocytes are whichever bone cells, and they are responsible for maintaining bone as well as for homeostasis. Option first, 57A. 58. The human skeleton is mainly divided into two groups: axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. So two parts. First option is correct. The axial skeleton include option B: skull, vertebral column, ribs. The appendicular skeleton mainly consists of limbs and girdles, hind limbs and girdle, forelimbs and girdle. So option C is correct. (61) The joint between skull bone that allow little or no movement is known as fibrous joint or synarthrosis. Option B is correct. (62) A ball and socket joint allow movement in all direction. Ball and socket movement are synovial joints and they allow movement in all plane, all direction. So option C is correct. The knee joint is classified as hinge joints, which allow movement only in one plane and two direction, forward and backward. Option C is correct. 64. Specialized cells structures that detect changes in internal or external environment are known as receptors. Receptors are those structures that detect change in the internal or external environment and inform the central nervous system about any change. So option B is correct, receptors. 65. Receptors are often called transducer because they convert environmental energy or stimulus energy into electrical signal or nerve impulses. So they convert stimuli into nerve impulses. Option B is correct. (66) The part of neuron containing nucleus and cytoplasm. It is so easy: cell body, soma, cyton और perikaryon. ये चारों नाम इसको कहते हैं. ऑप्शन सी. 67. Short branch processes of neuron that receive impulses are dendrites. Dendrites are those cytoplasmic extension that carry nerve impulses towards the cell body. Receive from the environment are receptors. Sometimes they itself act as a receptor. and carry impulses towards the cell body or dendrites. Option B is correct. '68. The lung processes carrying nerve impulse away from the cell body or axon. Option B. And the longest axon in the human body measure about 1 meter is sciatic axon. 69. The myelin sheath mainly function to insulate axon and speed conduction, prevent loss of energy. So option C is correct. 70. A nerve impulse is best defined as electrochemical signal in the neuron or electrochemical wave or change passing along the whole length of the neuron. So option B is correct. Option C is correct. Question number 71. A reflex action is characterized as rapid and involuntary. Reflex action is involuntary, quick and rapid action, and usually responsible for protection of the body. So option B is correct. '72. The simplest pathway followed during reflex action is called reflex arc, or the path followed by nerve impulse, nerve signal during nervous coordination or reflex action is known as reflex arc. So option B is correct. '73. The receptor in a reflex arc function to detects the first component of the reflex arc is receptor. They detect stimuli, detect change in the environment. So option B is correct. Question number 74. The sensory neuron carries impulses from receptor to the central nervous system. The main function of sensory neuron to receive information or signal from the receptor and then inform the central nervous system. So carry information from the receptor to the central nervous system. Option B. '75. The motor neuron carries impulses from central nervous system CNS to effector, muscle or gland. So option B is correct. '76. The central nervous system consists of two components, brain and spinal cord. Option B is correct. '77. The part of the brain that control intelligence, memory and thinking is cerebrum. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain which is responsible for thinking, planning, reasoning, judgment, memory, intelligence. So option B is correct. Question number 78. The cerebellum mainly control balance and coordination of the body. Option B is correct. Question number 79. The brain region responsible for involuntary activities is medulla oblongata. Option B is correct. Question number 80. The brainstem include medulla, pons and midbrain. So brainstem consists of three components: midbrain, pons and medulla oblongata. So option B is correct. The last question. Damage to cerebellum is most likely to affect, because cerebellum is responsible for the body balance and muscle coordination. So option C is correct. Thank you.